Hey everyone, Simon here. Um, Weird outfit, I know. Just ignore that. So, question of the day is what is sparring? So, in the context of personal warrior training, sparring has a very similar but different application as compared to from sparring in martial arts. Um, and let me just show you an example. And I think that's the best way to really get you acquainted with it. So when I spar with someone that I meet with, I talk to them and play devil's advocate. I speak to them in the voice of Satan or in the voice of the lies or limiting beliefs that they experience and try to get them to go against their values. In a light contact, safe way. So let's do this as an example. I will talk to you in the voice of Satan, or in the voice of your lies and limiting beliefs for a minute, and you respond however you want in a way that you think would help you win. That is, do what you said you would do. Go with your values rather than um, your impulse. So first of all, why do you fight? Why don't you just give up? You know you don't feel like it. And now, oftentimes, someone will say, I don't feel like it, but I guess I should probably keep trying for some reason. I'll just ignore this and it'll go away. I'm ignoring you, I'm not listening. Next, I'll keep going. So, you don't need to fight right now. You're too bored, angry, anxious, sad, stressed, tired, whatever the pain is. It's just too much. Too much to fight. You don't need to fight. Then people will often say, a common response, yeah, I do feel pretty bored, angry, anxious, sad, stressed, tired, whatever it may be right now. It is hard to care about anything right now, but I'm just going to keep ignoring this. Maybe it will go away. Oftentimes, and that, and then the adversary follows that up with how bored, angry, anxious, sad, stressed, tired you feel right now. This would be the perfect time to have a loss. That always gives you some relief. You know, that one thing that you're trying not to do, or you really don't want to do that thing that you said you would do. Maybe just forget about it for a bit. That'll give you some relief. And then people respond with, this sure is uncomfortable. But no, I can't do that. I'm just going to ignore this temptation as well. Ignore, ignore, ignore. I'm not listening. La 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 la. And then Satan says, just make a little exception. Just a little exception. This one time you can relax just a bit. You don't have to give up completely. You can just indulge yourself a little bit. Or if you just wait a little bit longer before doing what you said you would do. Or do part of it, that's still good enough. And then that's oftentimes when people will say, well, they'll keep having that conversation like, oh yeah, maybe a little bit will work. Maybe if I just do a little. Or maybe if, yeah, I'll just relax a little bit and I'm still winning. I'm still doing some good things here. And they keep having that conversation until Satan. I'll keep telling them to go down lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower until they have lost. And lower and lower until the pain is too great. And oftentimes you don't say this out loud, but you'll say, okay, forget it. Whatever happens, happens. Maybe I'll win, maybe I won't. And then we'll practice as if you had a loss, and this is what I'll say. Looks like you lost, but hey, don't worry about this one. Just pretend it didn't happen and you can move on. That wasn't so bad. It could have been worse. In fact, if you already lost, you could probably do more today if you want. Keep losing, have the day isn't over yet. Call it good the next day. And then people will say, heck no, that doesn't sound right. I should probably tell someone, fix some things. And I will do that. I will do that later when I remember again. And you know what happens? They never. We'll get into that afterwards. And then another attack I'll say is, well, you finally got caught, or you told someone. You're such a failure. You still feel like crap. You might as well lose again. And then people will spar. We'll spar with that again. And people oftentimes will say, no, I know I've lost, and I'm kind of that feels pretty crappy. Yeah, I'll get back into the fight. I promise. So that was a really weird example of sparring because I'm doing it with myself. Maybe I'll make a cool video where I'm editing, like me talking to myself. That'd be kind of cool, actually. But that's sparring. Why am I showing you that? Because I've come to realize that the only way to win actual fights of self mastery is to train, and that starts by understanding the context of an actual fight. That little sequence I just took you through is designed to show you the most discernible methods the adversary uses to move us into a position of pain or discomfort, and then further strike us with temptations to sin, false opportunities to escape from his position of control, temptations to sin or go against the things we value. And whether you realize it or not, this conversation that I just had with myself represents how many of us have become accustomed to responding to temptations. Well, let me wake you up a little bit. Ignoring is a horrible strategy. Horrible strategy. And so many of us have grown up thinking that that's the way to go. We've been taught by word or just by example or just, by the things we've seen that ignoring when we feel off, ignoring the pain or discomfort or the negative emotions that we experience, ignoring temptations, ignoring those rationalization conversations, or tolerating them even. Who's that? Someone has a dog. Okay. And then just ignoring that we had a loss in the end. I mean, it's a horrible strategy. If you keep ignoring, it only allows Satan to sink in deeper, get you in a chokehold, and not let you go. So there are levels to attack, evident that we use sparring to try to practice responding to. Now, as in real sparring, as in physical sparring, where you want it to keep it safe and effective. Safe, but also effective. So we use light contact. I'm not really actually trying to tear down the person I'm sparring with. I'm actually going very soft, giving them very softball attacks for them to really practice knowing what they're going to say and what they're going to do in those moments. So very light contact, not trying to hurt them. It's very technical. So we will go down to the deepest lies that Satan uses on them and try working from there. And we do it very often. So, very safe, very effective, and we do it frequently because the more you do it, the more you have that context of what an actual battle with the adversary is like. And you're not just getting your context from, oh, every time I get in a battle with the adversary, he absolutely destroys me. He beats me to a pulp because I have never practiced beforehand. And all I have is this experience of him taking me down, ground and pound, knocking my head against the pavement, getting me into an arm lock, breaking my arm, choking me out, and that's it. You need to have some experience of you actually winning, even if it's just in practice first, for you to be able to start winning your fights in reality. So that is what sparring is. That was kind of a rough answer, I know, but meet with me, and I will help you walk through this. It's a lot easier when you have two people. In fact, I'm going to redo this video showing the responses. I might even make it kind of funny. All right, see you later.